The Kalama Sutta in its entirety. The Kalama Sutta, KN 3.65, also known as the Kesamutti Sutta, is one of the most important texts in the Pali Canon. The sutta is quite long. I will provide a full structured translation, covering all the main sections, setting off the doubt, the criteria for investigation, and the practice of wholesome states for assurances. The Kalama Sutta, Anguttara Nikaya 3.65. 1. The setting and the doubt. The arrival of the Buddha. On one occasion, the Blessed One was wandering on tour among the Kosalans, together with a large community of monks, when he arrived in Kesaputta, a town of the Kalama people. The Kalamas heard the good report about the town Master Gautama. The Blessed One is an arhat, perfectly enlightened. He proclaims a spiritual life that is perfectly complete and pure. It is good to see such arhats. 2. The Kalamas question. The Tammuz of Kesaputta approached the Blessed One. After paying respects and exchanging greetings, that sat on one side and said, Venerable Sir, there are some monks and Brahmins who visit Kesaputta. They explain and promote only their own doctrines, but disparage, denigrate, deride, and denounce the doctrines of others. But then some other monks and Brahmins come to Kesaputta, and they too explain and promote only their own doctrines, but disparage, denigrate, deride, and denounce the doctrines of others. We are perplexed and in doubt, Venerable Sir, as to which of these good ascetics speak truth and which speak falsehood. 3. The Buddha's validation of doubt. The Buddha replied, It is fitting for you to be perplexed. Karmas, fitting for you to be in doubt. Doubt has arisen in you about a perplexing matter. 2. The criteria for investigation. 4. The 10 points to reject. The Buddha then laid out the framework for critical inquiry. Come, Kalamas, do not go by 1. Oral tradition, Anusava. 2. Lineage of teaching, Parampara. 3. Hearsay or rumor, Itikira. 4. A collection of scriptures, canonical authority, Atika Sampadana. 5. Logical reasoning, Takahetu. 6. Inferential reasoning, Nayahetu. 7. Reasoned cognition, Akaru Paravitaka. 8. The acceptance of a view after pondering it, Diti Nijana Kanti. 9. The seeming competence of a speaker, Bhavaraputaya. 10. Because you think the ascetic is our guru, Samanana Guru, Karu. 4 is the criterion for abandonment, unwholesome. The Buddha continued, but when the Kalamas, you yourself know these things are unwholesome, these things are blameworthy, these things are censured by the wise. These things, if accepted and undertaken, lead to harm and suffering. Then you should abandon them. The Buddha then used a Socratic dialogue regarding the three unwholesome roots: greed, hatred, and delusion. Root: Buddha's question and Kalama's reply. Greed, loba. What greed arises? Is it for a person's welfare or harm? For his own, venerable sir. A greedy person overcome by greed destroys life, takes what is not given, transgresses with others' wife, and speaks falsehood. Will that lead to his harm and suffering for a long time? Yes, venerable sir. Hatred, sir. When hatred arises, is it for a person's welfare or harm? For his harm, venerable sir. A hateful person overcome by hate destroys life and speaks falsehood. Will that lead to his harm and suffering for a long time? Yes, venerable sir. Delusion, ruha. When delusion arises, is it for a person's welfare or harm? Or his harm, venerable sir. A deluded person overcome by delusion destroys life and speaks falsehood. Will that lead to his harm and suffering for a long time? Yes, venerable sir. The Kalamas agreed that these roots are unwholesome, blameworthy, and lead to harm and suffering. 6. The criteria for accepting wholesome. The Buddha then presented the reverse. But when you know for yourselves these things are wholesome, these things are blameless, these things are praised by the wise, these things, if accepted and undertaken, lead to welfare and happiness, then you should acquire them to keep them. Then you should acquire them and keep them. He repeated his dialogue using the opposites: lack of greed, lack of hatred, lack of delusion, and the Kalamas agreed that these roots were wholesome, blameless, and led to welfare and happiness. 3. The practice of wholesome states and the 4 assurances. 7. Cultivation of the divine abodes and Brahma Viharas. The Buddha then advised the noble disciple, one who has abandoned the three unwholesome roots, to cultivate a purified mind through the practice of the 4 divine abodes. The noble disciple, Kalama, who is thus devoid of greed, devoid of ill will, deluded, undeluded, alert, and resolute, dwells pervading one direction, and the second and the third and the fourth above, below and all around, everywhere and in every respect, with the all-encompassing cosmos, with an awareness imbued with loving kindness, metta, abundant, expansive, immeasurable, free from hostility, free from ill will, compassion, karuna, abundant, expansive, immeasurable, free from hostility and free from ill will, sympathetic, joy, mudita, abundant, expressive, expansive, immeasurable, free from hostility, free from ill will. Equanimity, upeka, abundant, expansive, immeasurable, free from hostility, free from ill will. The 4 assurances. 8. The 4 assurances, solaces. The Buddha concludes by showing that living this ethical life provides complete security, regardless of what one believes about the unknown future. The noble disciple Kalamas, whose mind is in this way without enmity, without ill will, undefiled and pure, has won 4 assurances in this very life. 1. If there is a hereafter, and a fruit result of deeds done well or ill. It is possible that at the dissolution of the body after death, I shall arise in a heavenly world, belief in afterlife, karma. 2. Suppose there is no afterlife and no fruit result of deeds done well or ill, yet in this world, here and now, free from hatred, free from malice, safe and sound and happy, I keep myself in this belief in afterlife karma. 3. Suppose evil results befall all evil doers. I may, however, think of doing evil to no one. Then how can ill will result affect me? Results. How can ill will results? How can ill results affect me, who do no evil deeds? Protection from negative karma. 4. Suppose evil results do not befall an evildoer. Still here and now I see myself purified in both respects, purity of intention and action. Conclusion. The Kalama Sutta took refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, his teachings, and the Sangha, the community of his followers. This sutta beautifully blends critical, personal investigation with a clear ethical framework and the practice of boundless compassion.